So guys, I believe in our previous class, we completed till static NAT pat. This was our last class, I believe. Okay. Let me give you some idea till when can we finish this module. Okay. So we have application, sub-application, and service-based filtering. This is what we'll try today. We'll be doing today's topic. And also, I'll complete time-based filtering today. Okay, so two topics. These are little small topics. Okay, and yeah, if possible, I'll try to show loop back or web filtering, whatever it is possible. I'll try to show it today. After that, I'll need virtual wire one day. Tomorrow, I'll show you user-based authentication using captive portal. 1 minute. हाँ क्या चीज नहीं हम कुछ नहीं खाएंगे सिर्फ जूस पीएंगे okay so almost I'll need one day in these two topics 3 4 so today is Tuesday, right? I probably by next week will finish it, guys. Okay, probably by next week we can easily finish it.
FortiGate itself.
Yeah, FortiGate firewall will be completing. If not, then 1 or 2 more classes might be required. So, yeah, hardly.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Go ahead.
So which other after this? Which firewall are we going to continue, sir?
You guys have enrolled for you enrolled for cyber security or what?
For 3 firewalls, ASA,
3 firewalls.
FortiGate, and the Palo Alto.
Okay. Probably this would be cyber security batch. So here I might start CH or Linux or something like that. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So we'll see. We'll plan accordingly. I'll discuss with my team and I'll let you know. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. So let us start with application, sub-application, and service-based filtering. First of all, theoretically, let's understand what is application-based filtering. Guys, if I talk about any next generation firewall, right? Next generation firewall means it should have application filtering by default. Without application filtering, not possible. Okay, so let us take one firewall. So we are learning here application, sub-application. Okay, so this is our topic right now. Application, sub-application, service-based filtering. Okay. Let me write and this is our topic. So we have firewall here. PC, ISP. Okay, let's say this is our internet. I'll try to access some applications on this firewall. Through the firewall, not on the firewall. Through the firewall, I'll try to access some applications like daily basis. What applications do you use, guys? Give me five names of the application that you use in your daily life, frequently that you use. Tell me anything.
Something like Outlook, Teams, what do you call something like Content Manager, uh,
Apart from that, also anything like social media.
browsers we
Browser,
use,
Google,
In a browser, what would you use?
Edge, Google Chrome,
That's fine. I mean, what would you browse inside a browser?
Google.com, a search engine, basically, mainly any website, mainly. Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube.
Right? These are the type of uh, applications that I'm talking about. Of course, it can be other applications as well, like browser, of course, types of browsers also it can be, right? And mostly I'm talking about an application that we use through our browser and all, right? So such things, if I want to, stop it in today's date with the next generation firewall, it's easy, it's possible, right? So if I talk same thing with non-next generation firewall, okay, I'll give you some idea. These are applications that we use in our daily basis, right? Let's say, for example, I have another firewall here. Okay, this is my ASA firewall. Let's assume this is our ASA. Are you guys aware of ASA firewall?
Yeah, it's a Cisco, I think, Cisco proprietary one.
Yep, it's a Cisco firewall, but do you have an idea like what type of firewall it is? Next generation firewall or non-next generation firewall? Do you have idea on that?
No.
No, no,
Okay,
sir.
No.
no idea, no worries. Uh, but you all have gone through router, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So let's say this is our Cisco route. It's a normal router. So here you guys can relate it properly. Okay. Now tell me guys, uh, here I have taken one PC. Here also we have internet. Let me connect this. Okay. So here,
Mhm.
all right. Now guys, answer me few questions. Like on this Cisco router, if I try to block this type of applications, will that be possible? Is it possible to block these applications on a router?
Uh, no.
Okay. This is our FortiGate firewall. FortiGate next generation firewall, which by default inbuilt comes with the features like application filtering, sub application filtering, service based filtering, these things. In a router, you could do a filtering based on IP address, based on you can say port number, right? You can choose protocol, etc. These are the factors based on which you can control the traffic on a router. You can't go much deeper. You can't do deep packet inspection. Reason? It does not have inbuilt feature like application, sub-application, or service-based filtering, right? Let's say I can control few of the traffics based on IP address, port number, and protocol. Using these three factors, I can control some traffic. All right, I agreed on that. I'll give you few examples compared to this. For example, here I have, um, I'll give you example of that application which is much vulnerable. Okay, so let's say we have torrent application. Okay, this torrent application, it's an evasive application. Okay, evasive, guys, do you know meaning of evasive?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Mhm.
No, sir.
Okay. So what do you know about torrent? What exactly it is? What's your point regarding torrent application? Tell me.
I think these are just illegal copyright infringed versions of some files and documents which are sold through black web.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it can be through some dodgy websites. So yeah, a lot of companies just block them
Mm-hmm.
or
Correct.
the firewall,
Mm-hmm.
and they can be really a big threat to the organizational security point of view.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 1 minute. Guys, just find out the meaning of evasive. I have written here, evasive. Take it. Check out. What is evasive?
Evasive means something which is very intruding, which like if you're putting a knife is evasive, like it's intruding into something, somebody else's territory or something.
Okay. That's correct. Now see, when I talk about evasive, evasive is a kind of an application which can, in terms of application, I'm telling you, okay, this can establish a connection behind any other applications or any other protocols. I mean, if a HTTP is running, it can create a connection behind a HTTP. If it has HTTPS, it can run behind HTTPS. If it is running with DNS, even behind the DNS, it can try to establish a connection. Any protocols which is already running, right? Behind that, it can establish a connection. Such type of application is called evasive application. Okay. Now I'll tell you. See, you all know what water can do, right? I'm giving out of context example, guys. Water. What is the shape of water? Can anyone tell me? What's the shape of water? It does not have any particular shape,
No,
right?
sir.
Shapeless.
Uh, if I put water inside any vessel, it takes the shape of that particular vessel, isn't it? Right. If I pour water in a glass, it will take shape of glass. If I pour in any plate, it can take a shape of plate, whatever it is, isn't it? So same type of meaning I want to put it for torrent. Okay. Torrent is an application which can establish a connection behind any existing protocols that is running on your network. Okay. For example, if you ask Google, hey Google, tell me what is the port number used by torrent? Let's ask. Port used by torrent. Mhm. It will tell you it uses a TCP port number. Okay. 68812 to 6889. This is the range of port number used by torrent. Okay, fine. If I block this port number this much, do you think this type of application can be controlled? According to you, it will be controlled. You'll have a myth feeling, belief that, okay, I have blocked this application, but in reality, this type of applications are running behind multiple other applications. Let's say you might be running these many type of applications. You might not realize that torrent is already established. They have already established a connection behind this type of applications. That is called evasive. Okay. So you don't have a control. Normal devices can't control this type of application. So this is one application that I told you. It uses peer-to-peer connection. It's vulnerable, highly used. Uh, it can carry exploited things, right? So there are many things that are negative about the torrent. That's why it is kept inside a higher risk category type of application. Understood? So this is basically called as a torrent. Like that, we have hundreds of applications, thousands of applications that are very, very evasive or that uses peer-to-peer connection. Not all peer-to-peer connection applications are bad, but yes, they are at a risk. Okay. Now, if I tell you to block this application on a router, I would say it's impossible. Okay. You won't be able to block this type of application on a router. Send this traffic, it can easily bypass. No matter you block whatever port number, IP address used by torrent, it will keep changing. It will keep bouncing their IP, port number, everything. That type of, application is torrent. So not possible to control by router. But same thing if you try out with the firewall. Firewall has an app ID. It has application identifying mechanism inside a firewall, which is called application signature, can be used to filter any type of application, no matter it uses what type of IP port number. Okay, it can recognize it. In easy way, if I tell you what is signature, it's an identity. Let's say, for example, guys, you have an iPhone with any phone with face recognition, right? Biometric. So do you think such type of locks can be unlocked by any other type of uh what do I say? If I try to unlock such type of locks by any other type of faces or any other type of uh, way to unlock it, will that be possible? No, it won't be possible.
No.
Right. So same way, I mean, if your mobile phone is recognizing your face, calculating dimensions of your face, and then recognizing, okay, this is the face that can be used to unlock it, it's okay. Okay. So that type of mechanism we have in a FortiGate firewall, which is called as an application signature. So no matter you change IP, you change port number, you do whatever you want, you can't be saved with the next generation firewall. Either it's FortiGate, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, or anything. You can. You can easily block it. Okay. So that's the difference between non-next generation device and a next generation device. This was one example, guys. Now I'm giving you a second example why application filtering, sub-application, or service-based filtering is important. I'm just telling you. Second one.
I have one question. So it will say its pattern or behavior like that.
Not only a pattern behavior, that is called heuristic check. What you're talking about, that
Mhm.
is called heuristic check. So obviously, That's a part of check as well, but heuristic checks are done in which condition? Now let's say, I'll give you one example. Palo Alto firewall or next generation firewall also does an heuristic check. Okay, especially this feature is very good in Palo Alto firewall about heuristic check. What it does is, let's say for example, I have sports category. I have a sport app group. Group is basically called as a category. Let's say I blocked it. I blocked entire sport, or let's say game type of application we have, we blocked it, right? It's blocked. Fine. Now, tomorrow, some new application has come into a picture. Let's say there is A, B, C type of application. We used this application, right? Let's say, for example, not used. Let's say there is a new game app. It's a new game app, new, not well known. It's a new, recently created, and I'm trying to access this type of application through next generation firewall, right? So might be initially 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes, you might get access to this application, but after 5 minutes, you feel this is also getting blocked. Now you might be surprised. How come? Earlier I was getting access, now all of a sudden I got blocked. What can be a reason? The reason is your firewall does behavioral based check. That is called a heuristic check in a firewall. Now, what does it do? How does it find? What do they check in a behavior? Okay. So let's say guys, if you play game, what are the keywords that if I know, I'll feel it's a gaming app? Few type of keywords, tell me. Play, start, stop. Okay. Hereafter I can say kick, or you can say shoot. Shoot can be in a gaming app. Okay. Shoot. Or there are many type of keywords, right? After that, so basically keywords. After that, images. Nowadays, our devices are coming with AI and ML based devices. Now, all FortiGate firewalls, Palo Alto firewalls are AI integrated. So, what does the AI do? It's a virtual brain, right? So, it can read the image, it can recognize what is there in an image, right? And these are few of the criteria based on which your firewall can identify. I told you few of the points, right? Based on which it will identify, okay, it sounds like it's a gaming app. So I see my entire gaming app has been already blocked, right? So my gaming app has been already blocked. I haven't allowed any particular gaming app. So basically, according to this rule, I should block the entire games itself. So if any new game starts getting access through a firewall, it does a behavioral based check, and after some time it blocks your new application, and you feel like, how could your firewall understand? You know, how could they block it? So understand, next generation firewall has this type of behavioral based check. Okay. So moral of the story is, behavioral based check is a different thing. Application signature is a different thing, right? So this basically tells you why application filtering is important. You guys getting my point?
Okay, so for it, application filtering will be done for FortiGate, right?
Correct. This all comes under the application filtering, not only in a FortiGate. in all the next generation firewalls. Same theory, you can put it for all the next generation firewalls. So whenever you go for any interviews for firewall, pitch same type of theories. It will work for all, not only for FortiGate.
Sir, but I have one more question. Like, if we are like accessing Facebook, okay,
Mm-hmm,
so it have some IP and ports, maybe it
mm-hmm,
have. But
mm-hmm.
as you said, FortiGate IP is keep on bouncing and
FortiGate IP,
not FortiGate, that
for torrent
torrent
IP.
torrent IP keeps on bouncing and its pattern is like behind any protocol is established connection.
Mm-hmm.
तो हम particular torrent को how this FortiGate will
Okay.
restrict
So
that torrent.
according to you, what you assumed is application filtering is done based on IP address, right? Source
Hmm.
IP, destination IP. It's not like that. Okay.
Okay.
It does an application filtering based on multiple other parameters. It will use port numbers. It will use a pattern of application. Like, let's say, how do I code any application? So that coding is a part of, identity. It can be a part of identity, but basically, you know, it does not do any filtering based on IP. Putting a filtering based on IP is your choice. Okay, this particular server for this particular application should not get accessed. But application filtering is not really dependent on the IP address. Let's see this part. Let's say if I try to log in into a firewall, https:// Hmm, let's say I'll come to security profiles. Under the security profile, you'll see application control is there. Now let's say I want to create my own type of application. Now here you guys can see view application signatures. If I click on this view application signature, right, I can see applications over here. Let's say you want to search about torrent. Okay. So I searched BitTorrent over here. When I click BitTorrent here, it says it can use TCP, right? It says it uses peer-to-peer connection, excessive bandwidth, other vendor also supported, and see what they have written about the peer-to-peer communication or about the BitTorrent, right? And if you see here BitTorrent, how many stars they have given here? 5 stars. Okay, popularity wise, right? Risk factor wise also, if you see, it's very high, right? Risk factor wise also. So nowhere I see that IP address is mentioned. Now let's see about Facebook. I have a Facebook application. Click on this. It uses TCP port number, HTTP port number, SSL protocol. Okay, and they haven't specified the protocol. I mean port numbers, spatially port numbers. Okay, Facebook app. Let me see. Okay. And for each and every app, they have given a specific ID number as well. So in Palo Alto Firewall, you have more visibility regarding this thing, guys. Okay. Now this thing, application filtering is far better in a, I mean, it's not like FortiGate Firewall does not do, but visibility wise, FortiGate Firewall has a less visibility. I mean, in their application, they have given a less visibility to understand. Same thing if I show you guys on the Palo Alto Firewall, right? Now let me show you. See, Palo Alto have created one database that is called Palo Alto Applipedia. Palo Alto Applipedia. All of you guys search this, open this website, Palo Alto Applipedia, search it. 1 minute, guys. I have a okay. So, guys, all of you have opened this website, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now, just search torrent here, any website, sorry, application. Let's say if I'm searching Facebook over here. Now see here, if I click on a Facebook, that it says that it will use TCP port number 80, 443, UDP port number 443. It comes under collaboration category, social media category, subcategory, technology used browser, right? And it uses SSL protocol web browsing. Is this application evasive? It says no. Excessive bandwidth, no. Misuses, no. Capable for file transfer, yes. That's why risk factor is given 3 here. Now, when I say torrent, if I search torrent here, if I go to BitTorrent, risk category is very high, 5 here. And is it evasive? Yes, it's evasive application, right? Excessive bandwidth, misuse. Only one thing is negative, that it's not a SaaS based. It's not about negative, guys. Okay. Negative in the sense, SaaS is a way of accessing an application. It's not like it is hosted somewhere. Okay. It's an kind of an application which is server based managed, and it's basically, see, SaaS is a technology where you use a subscription and all such things. Okay. So you don't basically create anything in a SaaS based. It's like like how do you use a Netflix? It's a content based, so you are accessing a content. But uh, your BitTorrent is something like it can connect with any other servers. It can allow you to download any file, crack or attacks. There are many things that can be done through BitTorrent. So BitTorrent is an application which is not a SaaS based. SaaS is like it has a fixed database which only you can access. That is called SaaS based technology. It's a cloud, part of a cloud here. So here I get a visibility that BitTorrent can use TCP or it can use UDP dynamic port numbers. It means what? Guys, is it possible? Just answer me. Is it possible that if I block entire TCP, entire UDP in a network, can I survive? Is that possible?
No,
No.
no.
DNS is UDP based, HTTP, HTTPS, all web traffics, TCP based, UDP based, everything will get blocked, right? I mean, you can't survive without that. In such cases, it's very risky, right? So if I talk about a traditional method of blocking, If I talk about a router, traditional way of blocking an application, sub applications, forget about those things. Not possible, guys. That's the reason why next generation firewall is required 100%, right? So coming to your point, do you see anywhere in any application is IP address mentioned for anything? Let's say I'll go for uh, Instagram. Do you see anywhere any IP addresses mentioned here?
No.
No, right? No, it's not there. So there's no point of adding an IP. IP can change, it can be manipulated, but when it is about, let's say, for example, I'm telling you, out of context, I'm giving an example. If I know your blood group is O positive or AB positive, whatever it is, can you change that? You can't change because that is in your DNA, right? You can't change. Same way, if I know how your program is built, right? You can't change the entire program itself. That is signature. Okay. I believe now I'm clear about what is application, sub-application type of filterings and all, right?
Yes.
Let me give you a few more points that can be useful while attending interviews and all. You can say what's the importance of next generation firewall compared, compared to non-next generation environment or devices compared to router or ASA firewall. ASA is also a next generation. It's not a next generation firewall. It's a non-next generation firewall. ASA, Cisco ASA. I'll tell you a few more differences. Okay, like for example, mm, here let's assume I'll give a use case, guys. Okay, so use case is let's assume in between I deployed one device that is IPS. I deployed here IPS. What is IPS? Intrusion prevention system, right? So let's say if I say, okay, I deployed IPS here in my network for application filtering and threat filtering. Now send this packet here. So the router can't filter it, okay? But IPS here, I want to get it blocked. Okay, you could block it. You could stop it. You could even block a torrent. Even I had a torrent application. So I could use this torrent application and block the application over here on the IPS. I could do that. So I said, okay, fine. I can block it. Now my problem is resolved. But think here, there is a catch. Here, I had to invest in two different things. I had to invest in a router and IPS, two things, right? I had to look for two devices over here. Again, I'll tell you, like throughput, speed, everything matters, guys. Again, if I come here, right? If I come here from between these two devices, if a half millisecond also is delayed by IPS, that's a loss of my speed. Okay. Day by day, we are habituated to high speed. Millisecond speed, latency we are not accepting. We are getting addicted. Okay. Guys, I don't know, there was an ISP issue, but I'm connected with secondary router as of now. Okay. Uh, so can you hear me now?
Still not clear. Your voice is still not clear.
Not clear, right? Okay, let me connect with
Mm,
my hotspot.
Not clear.
Wait, wait, wait. Okay, am I audible now, guys? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes, audible,
No.
sir.
Okay.
Okay. So I was telling, like torrent type of application also, if you try to block it now, it can be blocked. But now there is a catch, there is a problem. Problem is there is one attack called a zero-day attack. Are you guys aware of what is zero-day attack? A zero-day attack. Are you guys aware of what is zero-day attack?
I think a bit of it. Maybe zero-day attack is the first attempt of attack when it's like noticed or something.
Mhm.
We have no solution for that. Yeah.
See, zero-day attack is where new type of attack has been created and we are not aware of, and there is no solution for that. So this is called zero-day attack. Like in 2019, there was a human zero-day attack, coronavirus, right? In 2017, there was worldwide cyber attack called WannaCry. WannaCry. Do research on what is WannaCry. Tell me tomorrow. Okay. So these are, world record type of attacks which were done, and it affected multiple things. It bypassed multiple security stuff, right? This type of attacks are basically done worldwide, and world is not prepared for it. Okay, this type of attacks are basically called zero-day attack, right? So to prevent zero-day type of attack, in FortiGate we have sandbox, Forti sandbox. We have something called as a Forti sandbox. This is used in next generation devices, right? If we are not prepared for a war, then at least we have some, we have some protection, we have some, what do we say, kavach in Hindi, right? That is basically called as a Forti sandbox. We get some protection from here, from unknown type of attacks coming to our network. We get somewhere prepared with this, right? But same thing if you talk about IPS over here, do I have this type of, features supported by old IPS? Answer is no. New IPS devices, of course, they have, but again, it's a separate level of environment. I mean, a separate level of investment again, right? That's the reason why we prefer going for a next generation firewall as a AS device, which will be connected between your LAN and WAN network instead of a router, which has multiple, abilities, features, and can support upcoming, type of attacks as well. So I believe I'm completely clear with why application filtering is important. Okay. Now I'll discuss about sub application. Guys, do you have any queries, questions? Let me know right now. Okay. Now understand. I'll talk about sub-application filtering. What is sub-application filtering? Understand, sub-application filtering means, guys, 1 minute. Okay. So guys, let me talk about sub-application. Sub-application is like when I talk about Facebook, okay? When I talk about Facebook, on our Facebook, we have multiple sub-applications, right? Like we have chat, we have video chat, we have audio chat, right? We have download, we have upload, we have anything, guys, like comment, post. What are these things? You can watch videos, shorts, right? Many things are there that are on top of Facebook. Guys, if I just explore a Facebook, it won't consume much bandwidth. Whereas if I go with watching videos, watching shorts, posting, downloading, uploading, it might consume more bandwidth of my company, of my internet, right? So I want to give an access to an application, but I don't want to give an application to these sub applications. So can I block it? Answer is yes. So when you come to a firewall here, you can see we have sub applications as well. So you can choose what sub application you want to block rather than blocking the entire application. Okay. So let's say face. When I talk about Facebook, now see related to Facebook, how many sub applications are there? Download, upload. I mean, I'm showing you just the things that Facebook Messenger, video call, you see voice transfer, video transfer, image, chat, voice image, a voice message, voice over IP call, video search, post. So if you want these things also to block it, not instead of blocking the entire application, if you want to block these sub applications, even that's possible. So this was about sub application. I gave example of one application, but you can relate with multiple other applications. Okay. Now, last thing, here you can see, I said service-based filtering. Service-based filtering is nothing but it's like I filter any traffic based on the IP, port number. Like I know few protocols and port numbers, and if I know if any application works based on any particular port number, right? So I want to block port number 80. I want to block port number, let's say 8443. I want to block TCP based port number, UDP based port number. I mean, at transport layer, whatever you want to block it, that is where, you know, service based filtering. Now, service does not mean only a transport layer. It can be ICMP as well. It can be any other services, right? ICMP, Telnet, SSH, anything, right? Way of accessing any device are the type of services. So if you want to block any particular type of service, even that's possible. So service-based filterings we have on a router as well. But managing everything, application, sub-application, service, everything, right? That's very tough. Let's say application-based filtering helps you in a multiple ways, right? Let's say, for example, I have Instagram and I have Facebook, I have Google. You know what? In this, all has one common part, TCP port number 80. This also works based on TCP port number 80. Now understand what is the impact of service-based filtering. If I block entire, port number 80, it will impact all these three applications. So I can't block entire 80 port number here. If I try to block port number 80, it will impact all the applications, right? Sub applications, everything. That's why this type of filterings are not required. These are old type of filterings that were applied in a network. But coming to our next generation firewall, I have application signature in which individually at the particular port number, I can use it. I can create a custom application filtering as well based on my choices. It will impact only that particular application that I want to get blocked, right? I want to get blocked here. I want to block, 80 with the Google. I want to block 80 with Facebook, right? Particular type of, things can be blocked. This type of decisions can't be taken with non-next generation type of devices or old devices like routers and all, right? So that's the benefit of our next generation device. Application filtering, sub-application filtering, and service-based filtering. Okay. Guys, today we could complete only theoretical part. Tomorrow we'll see practical and many more things. Okay. Am I clear with this concept, guys?
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
So do upload this video as soon as possible. Just want to see it
Sure.
again. It's very interesting.
I'll go through. I'll do it right now, right away. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
सर
हम्म,
सर
बोलो।
पालो अल्टो का अपलोड किए सर, मेरे पास अब मिला भी नहीं सर। मेरा ईमेल आईडी एक बार चेक कर लीजिएगा सर।
वीकेंड और वीकडेज का फॉलो ऑल्टो?
हाँ वीकेंड का सर, वीकेंड।
अच्छा, ठीक
4 क्लास अपलोडेड ऑलरेडी।
ठीक है, मैं देख लेता हूँ।
सुशील सर, एक चीज और पूछनी थी कि आप लोग सर ये कौन से कोर्सेज शुरू करने वाले हैं, कौन से नहीं करने वाले, ये आप कहाँ पे मतलब ये आप एडवर्टाइज करते हैं सर?
हाँ, वो अम्बुद सर से या किसी काउंसलर से पूछ लो ना एक बार।
सर पूछा था सर, थोड़ा सा क्लैरिटी नहीं आ रही इस पे, क्योंकि
अच्छा, मैं नंबर देता हूँ, ठीक है, आप उनसे बात कर लो, ठीक है।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
मैं ग्रुप में दे देता हूँ नंबर और नाम।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।